Okay, so we're going to do another video. It may seem a very simple video again, but there's a lot of technique to this, believe it or not. Throughout the years at the range, I've seen a lot of people struggle to load a magazine. It's not really about loading the magazine, it's about loading the competition magazine to get the maximum capacity, get in the gun and reliability. So right here we have our MBX 38 9mm, the flagship of the company. And we have a spring follower that put together a little earlier. So basically we're going to assemble it. Put the spring in there. Tuck the spring on the inside there. Put the base pad on. Okay. Make sure she's good. She's good. So I'm going to take some ammunition here and load it. We're going to load it up to 30 rounds in this thing. And then I'll give you a few tips. Obviously it's a little boring to watch this part of it, so you can just kind of like maybe look at some of the stuff around here. Hey, and the open gun, pretty cool. So anyway, one of the arts to loading the magazine is basically compacting the rounds and making sure that the rounds are in there and that they're nestled correctly. If not, you're not going to get the round capacity in it. It's going to be, it's just not going to be that great to load or to shoot because you won't have them compacted. So what I have here is I have a couple of examples. Let me grab those and of why we're doing this. So basically with a magazine, I believe you can see from this that the bullets sit in there in a very, they don't sit in a neat way. A lot of people think everything stacks great and perfect, but in the real world it doesn't really happen like that. The bullets tend to sit various ways throughout the different design stages of the magazine. And also when you get down to the bottom, it gets kind of an ugly, kind of an ugly gap and contorted and out of shape. So what one of the big issues is with the magazines to get everything to work properly throughout any magazine, and particularly a competition magazine, is to make sure that those bullets are stacked as neatly as we can get them. It's never going to win any of the Oscars awards for the beautiful looking thing, but hopefully we can get everything to work. So you can see now I'm down to 27. So now what I want to do is I want to take my up ruler and I want to kind of do that. This is a great tool. You don't have to use it, but if you don't have big thumbs like me, you're not going to get the rounds in it. So you basically compact this down, and what you're doing is you're nestling these together. Is you're making the rounds nestle. You're taking up any little bits of loose play that might be in there that you don't need. So I don't know if you can see from there. You're kind of nestling everything together, make it nice, tight, which also aids when the bullets come up, and but also aids in getting everything in it. So we have 27, this is 28, push down on it, 29, push down on it, 30. And we have a little bit of room in there at 30. That's because when it goes into the gun, the round actually sits down a little bit. So you have to have a little bit of wiggle room in there to get it into the gun. There's 30 rounds in there. You can see there's a 30 round mark right there. You can see the primer. And basically doing the nestling is what gets you the rounds that you need, but also will allow the round to come back up when the gun starts to cycle without there being any major gaps between them, and that could cause problems with the nose dive or other stuff. So then basically you have this. I don't have a, this is a dummy bullet, and this gun also has the firing pin removed because I didn't want to shoot any holes in my kitchen floor. So so basically you just have to check. The gun can be a little tight with 30 in it. It's in, and then the slide comes back, forth, move. That's going to cycle. So if you want to, you can put one round in the gun to begin with, and one round in a mag, and a 30 round magazine, which gives you a 31 round total. I like to, it takes a little bit for the spring to settle into the stage, but once it does, the slide pretty easy right there. There's always some pressure on it because you have all the bullets on it, but the gun's going to fire in cycle, and you have a 31 round stock capacity for that. So that's just a tip on how to load your magazines. And basically the same thing goes on with the 40, and same thing, just use the luer and make sure that you get some compaction on it to nestle everything together. So that's the loading video, and that's the loading tips. Alrighty, thanks.